welcome back to our channel, Buzzing Backyards. Today it's a super exciting day. It's April 17th, 2025, and we're about to do our first honey harvest. So we're gonna start with one of the hives. You see me fully geared. Bees don't like it. We're excited about it. They don't really like that. So I'm prepared just in case. I'm gonna put the hood on. I'm gonna have my gloves ready just in case. I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but hey, you never know. So follow us over there. We got everything set up. I do not intend to put them outside in the apiary. We've seen a little bit of robbing lately, which is pretty weird because there is a lot of pollen and nectar around. But I had a couple of nukes that were a little weak and they got robbed. So we're gonna avoid attracting those robber bees to the yard. We're gonna extract those frames, put them right back so the bees can start cleaning them and start filling them up again. So follow us, let's go create the buzz. All right, Buzzing Backyards, we're back. So we're ready. We're gonna open this hive, check for honey. Hopefully we can harvest some. And I want to show you guys this. This is a 27-gallon container. I got this from the big box store. I can put 2 of these inside. So it's very practical for a lot of different reasons, but especially today, since we want to harvest honey, I can have those frames, cover them up, and take them out of the apiary. So if you can, get yourselves one of these. Very, very practical. So let's get buzzing, see if those girls have some honey for us. Follow me. Few bees under there. Like always, I'll put it in front of the hive and just walk back in it, fly back in it as they would. Do this. Not even sure. I'm gonna start this way because this first frame here is empty. Nothing on this side, and they just getting started over here. But it gets better. Full of nectar, it's not capped. Full of nectar, it's not capped. So they're gonna have to work on this. Let me leave it in there. And you can see that beautiful fresh wax. Those are new frames that I put in there so they could start growing and getting some honey. This is a heavy frame. Full of nectar, uncapped, full of nectar, 80% capped. So this is a frame that we're gonna leave, and we know that we can come back for it very soon. Now, what do we see? Oh yeah, baby. Smells like honey. Mostly capped. Mostly capped. So I think I'm gonna put this one aside because I might be extracting this honey today. I can't wait to test it. All right, let's see what we got on the next frame. Oh, that's a heavy one. That is heavy, heavy, heavy. A good 80%, 85% of it is capped. A little less on this side, but pretty much it. That is a beautiful frame of honey. Oh yeah, those bees do not like it so much. I mean, they're still pretty gentle though. But not messing with their honey. Pretty much capped at 60-70%. A good 90% on this side is capped. That's a very heavy frame. Trying to think. This nectar though, it's pretty dry. Oh, I was gonna test it. I forgot I was wearing all of that. It's pretty dry, so I think we can extract that one too. Next one seems pretty good. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 frames. So on this Super, I did space it out to 9 frames instead of 10 to give him a chance to make thicker comb and honey. And I believe that's what they did. Ooh, that's a heavy frame too. Look at this. Beautiful and beautiful. This is gonna come out. Put it back for a second so we kind of figure out how many of these we're gonna take. This one is beautiful, so thick, and I would love to take it, but I'm not gonna do it. And the reason I'm not gonna do it is because it's got a P on it, and that P is for poison. If you watch some of our other videos, you understand. I used some Epivar strips last year for a Varamite treatment, and those frames marked with the letter P where those strips were. So I decided that those frames, I would always leave them for the bees. Look at this. Look how thick this is. Do you see those bumps here and there? But I'm not gonna take this honey, and this is fully capped on both sides. Whatever they have on it is capped to 100%. And unfortunately, this is the frame that they're gonna keep. Right now, I'm kind of regret this. They're gonna be happy about it though. So, very thick frame, all capped, and very little bit of uncapped here because those last cells on the edges are not full of nectar. So now we're gonna start removing, and this is when those bees are gonna be a little less happy. So let me bring this box over here. And baby, I'm gonna start passing you those frames. So I'll give you a frame, you just put it in there, and then you close it back. There's gonna be some bees in there, we'll take care of them later. Okay. All right, so let's start with the ones that I have here, if there is any left. So this one is coming. One frame out, let's do the second one. Yeah. All right. You okay? You got stung?
Yeah.
All right. You okay? You got stung?
Yeah. Sabía que me estaba por picar.
Okay.
I knew it was gonna.
You want to walk away a little bit?
No.
All right, so you do this. And then you're gonna take the smoke and smoke wherever you got stung. Make sure you remove that thing. It's not a stinger?
No. It was there. It's okay. It is okay.
All right. You good? Gonna take a break?
No. No break. I knew she was gonna do it.
All right. stays here. Since they already built this, I'm gonna put that frame right next to everything so they cannot overgrow this, and they still have enough space to walk around. We'll put this, and then once we finish extracting those 5 frames, we will bring them back to them. So what I want to do though, I want to go onto that super underneath, because I think we might have some frames down there too. So now everything is closed. We're gonna go extract the frames and bring them back as soon as we're done. We'll see you guys in a little while. All right, friends, so we only have 5 frames. Not as much as we expected, but we're still gonna extract that, and I think in about a week, probably we'll go back to that other hive, and by then hopefully they would have finished capping everything and we'll be able to remove pretty much the entire super. But since we have everything ready, we have the extractor, we washed it, we rinsed it, we dried it, tools, buckets, we're gonna do it. So we used to use this hot knife, but I'm not really fan of it because if it overheats, then you start like burning your honey, and you don't want that. So we mainly gonna use is this tool. We tried it last year, and this is pretty cool. All it does, it creates little holes into that capping, and that's usually more than enough to extract the honey. And of course, we have the comb, the brush for the corners and the places that would not be taken with this. That being said, let's get to it. Let's see how many pounds we can get out of those frames. All right, let's get going. Let's do the big one first. Ooh, that's nice. Can I test it? It's warm. Look how thick that is.
It breaks by itself.
So hot. It's dripping everywhere. Alright, straight in here.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I know.
Mm.
Alright, let's see what we got. 5 frames of honey. You hear that dripping? It's after it's going through. And now start coming down in the bucket. That's inside the extractor, and that's outside the extractor. All right, this is what we extracted, friends. Almost 6.5 kilos, which is about 14.22 pounds. And here it is. Small jars, big jars, tiny jars. Beautiful, beautiful, delicious too. Dark honey. But this is it. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Buzzing Backyards.